Yeah, we are live. So we'll see if anybody joins in. I'll wait for people to come and join in. I've done one of these for a while. So, yeah, pretty excited about this. See if we get anybody joining in. See if we get anybody coming into the chat. We're just going to stay here on our own for a while. Sirius is here. Hello, Sirius. How you doing? Got to talk about last night. That's what it is. Just got to talk about last night with you guys. It was just unbelievable last night. It's got to be up there with one of the best games I've ever seen. I mean, it was just complete in every way. We were just tremendous last night. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? Closer to me so I can make it a little bit easier for myself. Yeah, so post the comments. Were you there last night? Did you watch it? Did you see it? What do you think? I thought it was just amazing, absolutely amazing. Say hello in the chat. Tell me if you were there last night. The only problem with last night was getting in the ground, which I'm going to have a moan about because I know it's COVID and I know they've got to be careful and all the rest of it, but there really wasn't any testing or anything on the gates. There just wasn't enough ticket gates open. We were supposed to be in 7 to 10. And there was only 8. 8 was the only gate open, and we walked all the way down from like the south stand to try and find the gate 7 to find that wasn't open. Then I had to go right the way back to the back of the queue. In fact, I had to join a queue to join the queue to come back on ourselves. It was ridiculous. Right, just going to go through some of these comments quickly. We've got John Stevens is here. Hello, John. Bradley Jones is here. What's this? Highly great to see Blackpool start to the season. Such a good result for you last night. Wish I could do it to my beloved Berry, but cheering on the pool. Thank you very much, Bradley. Yeah. Hopefully Berry will, rise the ranks. I'm sure they will. I'll put my glasses on. Can't read the writing. I can't read from here. Let's put my glasses on. Sirius says, am I right to think Sunderland are playing Blackpool? You are absolutely right. You really are. Yes, we are. We've drawn Sunderland in the Carabao Cup second round. Ashton is here. Hello, Ashton. Highly hope you're well. Yeah, brilliant. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic after last night. I mean, this is why I've done this. I've just got to talk about it to somebody because it was just so good last night. I mean, Sky have really annoyed Jane because the goal from Keshi Anderson, if you've seen it, just the little, like the back heel flick over to, I don't think I've ever seen a goal like that. Bluefield. It was just unbelievable. Football Prime Ginger is here. Hello, Football Prime Ginger. I just got back from Blackpool. Heard they played fantastic. Yes, they did. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this video, because we were unbelievable last night. We were just so good. Ryan, you were at Blackpool on Sunday till yesterday, and you went back to Scotland. It was a great wee holiday. Yeah, it's always good in Blackpool. If you can't have a good time in Blackpool, when can you have a good time? It's superb. Sirius says like, yeah, give the video a like. We appreciate some. I just want to chat with you guys really about last night. That's the whole reason to be coming on. Also show you my new background there. I don't know if you can see it behind. I'm pretty pleased with that. We've put a new desk in to Max. Background things going on. It's exciting. I'm pretty excited about this background. I've been working on it for a few weeks. Loxnox 22 is here. Hello, Loxnox. Well done, Blackpool, for the result. Very impressive. Are you a Middlesbrough fan? Were you there last night? A few Middlesbrough fans have posted to me and said that it was an amazing performance by Blackpool last night. And honestly, it really was. I'd actually rate it as one of the best performances I've ever seen from a Blackpool side. It was incredible. Sirius says, I've not been following Blackpool this season. Where do you think you're going to finish this season? Well, I've been saying it all along. I think we've got a sneaky chance to the playoffs. I really do. We are favourites to go down. We are the bookies' favourites. But I tell you, they don't know anything about us yet. We're going to surprise a lot of clubs this season, I think. Ashton, you were sat behind me and Jane. Why don't you say hello? Say hello to us so we know who you are. We're not, we're just normal. Oh, Locksnock says, no, I'm a Chelsea fan. Just love your channel. Oh, thank you very much. One day maybe we'll play Chelsea. You never know. We might draw you in the cup this year. You never know the way things are going. John Stevens says, great night last night. Loved it. So did I. God, it was good, wasn't it? It was, honestly, Lavery is exciting. I mean, he is really exciting. He's kind of that little striker that just never stops running. He's fast. They can't pick him up. He's all over the place. He goes at him. And Bowler, well, that first half, I mean, if he'd have scored that goal where he sort of jinxed into the box, you see it on my video, he jinxed into the box, runs across, just puts it wide. If that had gone in, they'd be showing that forever. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it at Bloomfield Road, honestly. And like I say, Keshi Anderson's goal was just ridiculously good, wasn't it? Sky is saying was it a fluke? It was just perfect. Football Prime Jim just says he stayed at the Cliffs Hotel. If you know where that is, it's a lovely hotel up on North Shore. Yeah, of course, we know the Cliffs very well. Chris Lomas is here. Hello, Chris. What a game last night. What a game it was. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was just, I don't even know. I don't even have words really to describe how good that was last night. I mean, Critchley said that's the way he wants Blackpool Football Club to play. And what can you say? It was unbelievable, wasn't it? It was just out of this world. It really was. Were you in the north, Chris? Lewis Woodhouse says it was a scorpion kick, Keshi's goal. So what you call it, a scorpion kick? Is that a FIFA? It kind of like, did he like flick it off the back of his heel or something? It was outrageous. It was just, I don't think Middlesbrough could believe, I don't think Middlesbrough can believe what they actually witnessed, because, a few people have said that Middlesbrough were playing like, Blackpool were playing like Barcelona, and we were at times. We were incredible, I mean, the Bristol game was good. The last 15 minutes of the Bristol game was good, but that last night, and that wasn't even the first team. I was glad to see Kenny Dougal back. Who was your man of the match last night, and what was your favourite moment of the game last night? Just let me know in the comments below. Chris says, yeah, you're in the north. Atmosphere was great. Keshi's goal was unreal. He meant it 100%. Totally intentional. Yeah, if it had been something like Sunderland, Sky would have been all over it, wouldn't they? Well, Sky would have been all over it. All they said today on Sky is, was it a fluke or did he mean it? Just, God, they're so annoying. Ashton Cobb says, my mum rang the club shop about the season tickets. It's the same as the normal ticket, just scan it. Yeah, we had like print at home tickets last night. We printed them off. Normally, with my season ticket, if it's busy, obviously it's a lot busier now getting the south because the away fans go in the south corner. So they've closed off those turnstiles. So now you've only got the turnstiles in the corner. And sometimes there's massive queues. But if you just go around the corner to the south side of the west, you can get in that turnstile there, and it just leads you into this, the south stand anyway, really. And there's never anybody queuing there. And my season ticket doesn't say I can go in that turnstile, but I can always get in that turnstile and often do. However, we went with the paper ticket, and the queue was like a million miles long going to, apparently I could go in gate 10, gate 9, gate 8, and gate 7. The long queue starting right at the south end of the west, it just went on and on and on. So we thought, oh, we're not going to that one. I don't know which gate that's going in. So we carried on walking. We got past 7, and then 6 wasn't too bad. Well, 6 is just next to 7, and you can get in the west, no problem, from 6. Stood in a queue, took about, 5 or 6 minutes to get to the front, went in. It just would not take that paper ticket. It just refuses. And she said, oh no, I'm sorry, you've got to go to 7. So then the 7 queue by this time was kind of starting at the north, going all the way down to the south and back up to 7. There must have been 800 people in that queue. We were never going to get in. There was no chance. And then eventually, after about 10 minutes of the game starting, they opened one of the exits and just started letting people in and show you your ticket, and they were tearing them off. Why couldn't they have done that 20 minutes before? It was ridiculous. Chris Lomas, you say man of the match was either Lavery or Connolly, leaning more towards Lavery, as he is a what? Some player. Yeah, he really is. He's incredible, isn't he? I mean, how good is he going to be? I mean, he's not very old, is he? Just wait till Critch gets coaching him. It's going to get even better, isn't he? And Lewis Woodhouse says your players of the man of the match was both Bull and Lavery. Yeah, they are exciting, aren't they? I'm sure Critch is going to start with him against Cardiff. He really must. Did you guys all get in, or did you have trouble getting in like me? We stuck. Jeff Smith says, hi, Lee. Hi, Jeff. How you doing? You all right? Robin's on tour. Hello. Are you all right? How you doing? Robin's on tour. Is on my video on the main video, the Football Tourist Guide. Just wonder if you're actually enjoying our Football Tourist Guide as well. If you are watching them, they're a little bit different. One of the things we found with football vlogs is they just vanish and go forever. And once the week's gone by, nobody ever watches them again. But with this, we can send it out to all different sorts of, fans that are going to Bristol, and just keep it going. And we kind of enjoy doing them. Ashton Cobb got in there fine. You were there when it opened, right? Okay, so you were there pretty early then. I'm definitely going to get there. There's no way. I mean, we were there. How did we get there, Sebi and I? We got there about 7:30, so about 15 minutes ago. There was just no chance, absolutely no chance. So on Saturday, I'm definitely getting in for 2:00, and I recommend that you lads do as well, because if you don't get in, well, probably 2:15, you need to be getting there, because it's just going to be chaos. Oh, you're not too bad. Good. Well, you played quite decent, I thought. I thought Bristol looked pretty good, especially in the first half. Thought second half, it was pretty even Stevens. In the last 15 minutes was pretty much all Blackpool. We just kind of turned the screw on you, didn't you? But for you could have been a couple of goals up in the first half. You had some chances and you blew it. So how are we all feeling the season's going to go? How are we feeling that Blackpool's going to do this season? Where do you think we're going to finish? Because I remember, I don't know if any of you will remember, but when Blackpool played Middlesbrough, the year we came down, no, it was the year after West Ham. We lost when we were at West Ham, and Blackpool were absolutely playing unbelievable football. And from what I remember, and I'm pretty sure because Jane can't remember it, but we played Leeds United and we smashed them. And then we had Middlesbrough at home. I'm sure we beat Middlesbrough 6-0. And the manager at the time of Middlesbrough was saying that whoever comes second to Blackpool is going to get promoted, because Blackpool are just going to win the league. And then, of course, everything went wrong with Holloway and, bloody Oystons driving him to a bloody club. Twats they were, the Oystons. But it all went wrong. And, of course, we didn't. Holloway left, went to Crystal Palace, took Kevin Phillips with him, which really peed me off. And then Phillips scored the winner at Wembley to get Crystal Palace into the Premier League, which annoyed me even more. But I remember then we played Middlesbrough. I'm sure it was Middlesbrough, and we're playing unbelievable football. But I'm pretty sure that I don't know. I go as far as to say that is one of the best performances I have ever seen from a Blackpool side. It was unbelievable. Phil C. Hello, Phil C. Hi from sunny, hot Ontario. Last night's game as a Seasiders fan. Toronto chapter, very excited for the season. I tell you what, you're excited. We're blooming excited here as well, Phil. I tell you what, if Blackpool play if that's how we're going to play this season, and the amazing thing is Critchley said that is how he wants Blackpool to play. So, you've got to think that the players have finally, the pennies dropped and they've got it and they know exactly how Critch wants them to play. And if that's the case, if that's how Blackpool are going to play this season, we are going to surprise some clubs, because I don't know how you can handle this, to be honest. We were unbelievable last night. I mean, Middlesbrough we just breezed them away basically last night. Ashton Cobb says, Lee, whereabouts are the turnstiles in the north? Because that's where I'm sat with my season ticket. They are at the back, the north stand, but you can sometimes get in on the corner as well for the north. You sometimes get on the, there's some, As you come round the corner from the Community Trust place, there's some turnstiles there, and you can get in on those. So you can either get in the the ones at the back or the ones just around the corner. Yep, you certainly were. Bristol were on top until around about the 70th. I thought it kind of became a bit even Steven second half, to be honest. I thought we weren't so bad for the first 10 minutes, and then we looked a bit overawed. But yeah, you were definitely against the ropes at the end. But Jane was confident that we were going to get an equaliser. I was saying there's no chance. I didn't believe it at all. Lox Knox says I got a cheeky bet on Blackpool making the playoffs and going to the Premier League that way. Well, it's worth a bet. I tell you, honestly, if Blackpool play like we played last night, it's going to be an exciting season. It really is, because obviously, I kind of thought Middlesbrough were one of the favourites to go up, so I thought they were a pretty decent side. I mean, we'll see when we play the Watfords and we play, but Bournemouth and all that sort. Those teams. West Brom, of course, they'll be favourites, won't they? Can't wait to meet the Nobbers. All right, okay. Phil is coming back home for Christmas this year and hoping to make it to Huddersfield away. Oh, well, we'll be there for Huddersfield away, but I think we're going in hospitality. We might even go in the director's box, because one of my mates is now a director at Huddersfield. So, Reese Williams says, "What's Jane's Embo song?" It was Embo, Embo, it's Embo, 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 it's Embo, 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 it's Embo, and he's the Lord of the Ball. So for Sunderland fans, that's what it is. Callum will be there on Saturday in the North Stand. Yeah, you kind of weren't as good. You were good in the first half, but I think Blackpool, the substitutions for Blackpool made such a big difference, and we saw them last night. These two lads, this Bowler and Lavery, we obviously made them late substitutions, but they started, and oh my God, they are incredible. Honestly, they are incredible. In fact, there was a lad last night playing for Middlesbrough, and they'd signed him for £5 million. I think we got Lavery more or less on a free. I don't think we paid anything for Bowler either. And I'm thinking, bloody hell, I'd rather have them two than the £5 million player for Middlesbrough last night. Oh, Reese Wilson says, yeah, Watford got promoted, yeah. Paul Folwell, Blue Nose, hello Lee, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Adam Clark says, what a background, wow, Lee, moving up in the world. I've done the... I did a search on, I've done a few things on doing a table and stuff, and I've done the YouTube Gamer Hack, which is 2 sort of cabinets from IKEA with a kitchen top, a 3-meter kitchen top, and that gets the 2 Macs on there. So that is really good, and I've got hopefully for my birthday I've got an M1 Mac coming, the little M1 Mac, well, the Mac Mini with the new M1 chip in. So one of these computers is just going to become a screen, and then I'll have two computers, but better, faster computer for editing, because editing is getting really hard now on the Macs. Yes, Reese Williams says, and he's not going to the pool. No, he's not. I mean, I've heard from loads of Sunderland fans, and they're all like thanking us for turning Embo into a world-class player, which we've done, haven't we? We've turned him into this amazing player. They're in love with him. But it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Embo at all, to be honest, because whoever comes in, Critch just makes them. He just seems to take just normal players and just turn them into world beaters, and they get better and better. And if this is just, I mean, if you remember last season, Blackpool kind of got better as the season went on. It took us about 13 games to get going, and then we started to see, the Blackpool team. And even then, in that long run that we had, it wasn't always the best football, but towards the end of the season and going into playoffs, we were unbelievable. Well, we might have been unbelievable at the end of last season, but we weren't as unbelievable as we were last night. I mean, It's beyond belief what I saw last night. And this is the start of the season. So how good are we going to get as the season goes along? My only worry, and I said this to Jane, is that we lose, that Critch goes, and I'm hoping and praying that he doesn't get poached, because if he does, it's the only thing that'll upset the apple cart. All right, it's your 15th birthday as well. Brilliant. Count Budger says 6-0 Ipswich. Quite sure what that means. Cole, you have to. Sirius says Embo is probably our 4th best player at the club. Yeah, he's really. It's just sending players to Critchley to train him up. You ought to send a few more to us now. send us a few more that you need training up, and he'll turn him into world beaters and give them you back. Honestly, lots of managers are going to be, thinking about giving players to Critchley to bring them on, because God, he coaches them well. Yes, is what it is. What do you think about Forest getting a right back? Do you think we will get Gabriel? Well, I thought that was all part of the thing, that as soon as Forest got a right back, they would let us have Gabriel. So fingers crossed, if we got Gabriel as well, my God. But actually, I'm really liking that. Callum Coyle, you know the lad that's actually playing at right back. He's a good player. He's a really good Connolly. He's really good. Do you know Elite? I don't know. No, I don't know Callum. No, I don't know that name. John Walters is here. Hello, how's things? Things are great. Really great. After last night, that's why I've come on. I've been so excited. I'm so pumped. I mean, I did the video. I was up till 3 a.m. So I was up a bit late this morning, but I was up till 3 a.m. making that video. The only thing I was annoyed about was missing the first 10 minutes, as you can probably see in the video. I think it's about 15 minutes before we got in. It was so bad. And but the football was just made up for everything. It was just incredible. It was just absolutely incredible. Paul Falwell says, you think Blackpool will finish 18th? I think we'll surprise you, Paul. I really do. I think you're in for a big surprise. So Embo is probably our 4th best player now. Before he went to you guys, he was probably 17th. Yeah, he's just the coaching from Critch is unbelievable. And he just gets these players that nobody's heard of. You never, players that we brought in, even Jerry Yates. I remember last year, so we signed Jerry Yates. I was like, who the hell's Jerry Yates? Coming from Swindon. I was like, and he just got better and better and better, didn't he? Locksnock says that my vlog for the Bristol game was quality, brilliant, loving seeing the fans back into the grounds. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, I did two. I did one where I just basically got us in the morning, because we didn't get back till midnight, and I just wasn't in the mood for editing it or anything. So I got up pretty early. I was up about 6:30, and I just put that video together, just basically with the crowd and the goals. But then we have our main video, which is the Football Tourist Guide, which is what we're going to be doing this season for away games. We're going to be visiting things of interest wherever we go and showing people what you can do if you go to these grounds. Because I don't know if you're just like me, but I used to just, if it was a away game, I'd just drive to the ground, get there, try and get there an hour before the game or half an hour before, queue up, go in, go home. And that was it. I never, went around the town, saw the town, and some of these, I mean, Bristol was amazing. It was really, really good. I mean, Lincoln, we did the videos in the summer of, we went to Lincoln, did the Lincoln Imp Trail, but Bristol was unbelievable. And I was so annoyed I didn't get to ride one of those scooters. I couldn't hire it. The app wouldn't work. I was in a bad zone for 4G. I couldn't seem to get a signal, but I really wanted to have a go on those electric scooters. They're everywhere in Bristol. Connor says Critch ain't going nowhere. He loves it. Well, I know he loves the club, but what happens if Liverpool come in for him or something like that, or somebody comes in and offers him about 10 million a year? It's going to be hard to stay, no matter how much he loves us. So just a little bit of a worry. I also worry a bit about Everton as well, because they're getting quite close to us as a club, aren't they? They must be looking at him as well. And if they're seeing how he's developing their players and he's seeing how well we're playing, oh my God, it's a worry. Yes, it would be great for your 15th birthday present if we won. Yes, I totally agree. It would. Adam Clark says, what I think is it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy that Blackpool are going to finish 13th with beating the likes of Sheffield United and West Brom and Bournemouth and Millwall. Yeah, they are hard. They are all hard. But if you remember, in the we're in the Championship before, you may not remember, but it always looks hard. It always looks hard. But as the season goes on, all these clubs at the start of the season, you think, oh God, that's a tough game. Well, they're not all at the top. They're not all. They can't all be top of the league, and some will be bottom. Some will be middle. Some will be having problems with players. Some will be lose their managers. And there'll be some teams playing garbage at the bottom of the table, like Preston, for instance. And you just hope that as the season pans out, it doesn't look quite as hard as you think it is right now. It all looks hard at the moment because they all look like big clubs, all look top of the league, but they're not. They're not all great clubs, and they can't all be because they can't all be top of the league. So, and somebody made a comment. Actually, I don't know if you saw it, but Preston were top of the league after about eight minutes, and then after 8 minutes on Saturday they were top, and by the end of the game they were bottom. And is that a world record, a Guinness World Record for being top of the league to bottom of the league in so many minutes? Has anybody ever done worse than that? I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. Yes. Yes, he was yes, he was playing for Fleetwood, wasn't he? They were sick. We got him. Yeah, the Championship is harder than we think. Well, it's not like we haven't been in it before. Yeah, honestly, if we got playoffs, we'd be over the moon. We're not expecting to win it or anything, but if we got playoffs, he would be amazing. But we're definitely, if we play, and it's a big if we play football like we did last night, we are going to be there and thereabouts, because that football was just incredible last night. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, we just breezed Middlesbrough away. We didn't play as well at Bristol. We didn't play as well. So we'll see whether we can keep that. If we can keep playing like we did last night, not like we did at Bristol, but like last night. So Saturday is going to be a big test. It's going to be a massive crowd. It's going to be like a sellout crowd. We're playing Cardiff, who are, a good side, and let's see how we get on there. And then I'll have a bit more of an idea of how we're going to do, because obviously that was just a cup game, and you don't know whether Middlesbrough were taking it as seriously as they would a league game. But I mean, we didn't even have our full team in. It was great to see Kenny Dougal back last night. I was pleased to see him back, and I thought he looked good, and I thought I think he's an amazing player. Oh, it's your mate, is it, Callum? Okay. The Pool are going up. Well, you never know, Callum. They could well be going up. Sirius says, I thought my team was going to destroy the league, but we got relegated. Yes, it can happen. There's no guarantees. There's absolutely no guarantees whatsoever. But I'm just basing it on the fact that last season Blackpool, looked like a Championship side. At the end of the season, we looked more of a Championship side than Peterborough did. I don't think Peterborough looked very good when they come to Bloomfield Road. I just thought we got better and better, and we are ready for this Championship. And we've strengthened, and we look even stronger than we did at Wembley. And I think the performance at Wembley was nowhere near as good as what I saw last night. And I'm telling you, I couldn't fault it. Normally I can go to a game and think, there's a point in the game. There was a little 5-minute spell when Middlesbrough brought on a couple of subs where we just went under a little bit of pressure, but we dealt with it really well. And then we just scored 2 goals against them and just killed them off. They were streaming out. Yeah, promotion from the Championship is hard, but it is hard, but then again, it's not always hard. I mean, who'd have thought Blackpool would have got in the Premier League with Holloway? You would have never thought it. Never thought it in a million years. It just comes from nowhere. It just happens. Sirius says, if you've got depth, which we have honestly, we're going to surprise people. We are going to surprise teams this year. I guarantee you we are. We're definitely going to do better than a lot of people think we are. The edgy ones is it. Hi, George. Bowler and Lavery are what we needed. Two hard-working players who give it their all. From what we've seen so far, up the Tangerines. Well, they look very good in pre-season. I've got to admit, this bowler. I mean, that if you just join the stream now, the little run that he made in the first half when he cut inside into the box, took two players on, ran across, and just put it wide. It was just incredible. Honestly, you would never see CJ doing that, never in a million years. I mean, CJ's got a lot of pace, but you can't take him on like that. But this bowler just takes him on. He's terrifying for any defense. He's terrifying because they don't put a challenge in because it's a penalty. And he just goes at him and he just goes past him. He just goes past him. And Lavery as well. He's just so tenacious. He's a little terrier. I love that kind of player. I love that kind of little player that's in your face, nicking the balls off centre halves, and he's frightening. Eugene McGeever is here. Hello, Eugene. I think Blackpool will finish 6th in the Championship next May, and we'll be playing at Wembley Stadium again next May. Blimey. Adam Clark says, Lily, if you think we need to build like Brentford, if we wait, we can do it. If we went up, we would get hammered. You know what? Right. Blackpool, historically, right? And we've done this. We've done it with Holloway. We were favourites to go down from the Championship, and we were promoted into the Premier League. When Blackpool got in the Premier League, all the pundits, every pundit was saying Blackpool wouldn't even win a corner. They were saying we would get absolutely destroyed when we went into the Premiership. We went in the Premiership and we tore the Premiership apart. We'd have never, if it hadn't been for refereeing decisions, we would have stayed up in the Premier League. We were unbelievable in the Premier League. They didn't know what to do with us. They couldn't cope with us. And we showed a lot of teams just how to attack the Premier League. And I have no fears of the Premier League after what we did. I have no fears of it. Honestly, I haven't. I don't think any of it is that scary when you get up there. And the thing is, you get up there, you get in the Premier League. If you got in the Premier League, you think that we wouldn't get a few additions to the team and have better players in than we've got now. I mean, we have improved this team now. People were saying, if we get up into the Championship, it'll be hard. We'll never stay up. And I said, but we won't have this team. We won't have the team in League One when we're in the Championship, and we won't have the team in the Premier League. I'm not saying we will get in the Premier League, but if we did, we're not going to stick with this team. There'll be new players coming in. There'll just be new players coming in. It won't be the same. You can't worry about what you're going to do in the Championship because you think your team's not good enough. You just got to become good enough when you get in it. And that's what Blackpool did last time. We signed 5 players on like deadline day that you'd never, Ludo Silvestri, you'd never heard of him. Never heard of it. So anything can happen. But I agree with you, Adam. The Championship is a great league, and I'm glad to be in it. But you got to keep dreaming. You know, Champions League in 2 years' time. That's what we want. Who lost the ball, Callum? I know Lavery did win one back. Put us right back on the front foot again, didn't it? Was it Jerry Yates that lost it? And then Lavery. Oh no, it can't be Jerry Yates. No, it's because Lavery went off. I can't remember who it was. Michael Haig says, we can hold our own in the Championship. It is a very average league at best. There are 6 or 7 clubs at best that are better than us. And was nothing to fear. I don't think we have anything to fear after last night. I really don't. Critchley's got the players playing fantastic football. Eugene says, you think Blackpool will beat Sunderland in the second round of the EFL Cup? Well, if we play like that, we will. There's no living with us, honestly. We will be. It is incredible. So, come on, post your thoughts on last night. If you were there last night, did you get stuck in the queues for ticket to get in like we did? Did you miss 15 minutes of the game like we did? Sirius says, no, we won't. Sunderland too good for us. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. We beat you twice last season, so I can't see why we won't beat you this time. But it's a cup game. Anything can happen. There's no guarantees. But honestly, if we play like we played against Middlesbrough, and that was a good Middlesbrough side as well, Middlesbrough are favourite, one of the favourites to go up from the Championship. So, with Neil Warnock in charge, I was thinking, oh my God, raise them away. Yes, Lavery did win it back. You've got Super Alex Pritchard now. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, serious. We will see. Time will tell. Harry Mogg says, how did Sunderland get so bad at football? Well, you need to watch Sunderland till I die. We've watched both of the... there was basically like a cancer within the club, I thought. We watched Sunderland till I die. They made some bad managerial appointments. They also had a lot of very highly played players who were just taking money out of them for nothing. It was bad behind the scenes. There was, not a lot of like team togetherness with Sunderland, and the fans at Sunderland, when it's going bad, can be really on your back, seriously on your back. And that pressure that the fans put on them, which I thought they wouldn't get last season because there was no fans there. I thought they might do it last season, but they just weren't good enough. But they didn't play. They gave Blackpool Embo, which was a mistake. Yes, Jack Keshi did play excellent as well, didn't he? Yeah, he really did. Do you mean Keshi or Carey? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't have the worst. He didn't have the worst owner in football history, I can assure you. Blackpool fans will knock you down on that one, serious. Honestly, if you think he's bad, Jesus, you ought to have the Oysons running your club. They were terrible. Yeah, Lavery won it back. Yeah. Michael Haig says Lavery was class last night. Yes, and he did win it back, Callum. Yes, he did. Absolutely, he did. Harry Mogg says it's almost a crime that a club as big as Sunderland are in League One with the likes of Accrington and Fleetwood, but it is really. But the trouble is, we had it with Blackpool. I remember, my dad used to tell me that, Blackpool got, relegated out of the second division. They were always a sort of a very good second division side, and a side that, went in the first division, but couldn't stay in, for many years. Obviously, back in the 50s, where the early days, Blackpool were a really good Premier League side, a Division 1 side. But then they became this team that was sort of good for the second division, but could get into the first division, but couldn't stay in, and always got relegated. And then they got relegated from the second division, and most Blackpool fans at that time just thought they'd come straight back. It took them 30 years to get back into the Championship as it was. It took 30 bloody years from the time we got relegated out of that second division. People just thought we'd go back. We got relegated again. We applied for re-election. And the trouble is, when you're a big club, teams sort of like raise your game against them. So, you go and play like Chesterfield, and you think Chesterfield beat you 3-0 at Chesterfield. You think, how on earth? You go to Accrington Stanley, you can't beat them. All these little clubs just seem to raise the game against you, and they will raise the game against Sunderland. You're like a big scalp, and you just get stuck down there. And the longer you get stuck, I mean, you're talking about Sunderland. What about Ipswich? Ipswich, a massive club. They've been down there they can't get out of it. And there's other clubs come down now. That Sheffield Wednesday have gone down. Bolton Wanderers have come up. There's no givens in that division. It's hard to get out of. It really is. I'm so glad we did get out of it, to be honest. I've looked at that League One this year, and I think it's going to be a really tough division. Harry Mogg says, I hope they come back soon. I enjoyed going to Stadium of Light. And when we Bournemouth relegated them from the Premier League. Oh, no. Did you? Were you the ones there? I mean, the Stadium of Light is an unbelievable stadium. The only problem with the Stadium of Light is you have to climb about 29 flights of steps to get to your seats. It's so high. Jake says, hello, Jake. He says, I thought the whole team was excellent, but Lavery was on his own level and was by far our best player versus Borough. But we need to stay consistent. And if we do, we will be comfortably mid-table. Yeah, I agree. Lavery, for me, was, without a doubt, man of the match. I thought Bowler was just also unbelievable. Well, first half he was, but they seemed to mark him up a bit second half. They seemed to double team him or something, didn't they? They made it a bit more difficult for him. He put something on him because he didn't quite get the room that he was getting the first half. But have you seen Keshi? Have you seen Keshi's goal? Have you seen what he did to score that goal? I didn't even see that in real time because somebody was blocking my view and I didn't really see what he did. I kind of missed it because I was filming the Middlesbrough fans streaming out, and I kind of just got back to it too late to get the goal from Keshi. But it was something else. We were just unbelievable last night. Malteser says back-to-back promotions. Yeah, I fancy it. I'm not joking. I fancy it. I really do. I do. I said earlier, if you've just joined, last season, Blackpool took about 11 games to get going. We had a good pre-season. We banged 3 past Everton. We were 2-0 up against Liverpool, and I thought Blackpool were just going to like breeze that league. But it didn't work out that way at all. And then we started the season off and we just didn't get going. But this season, we're already 1 point better than we were last season because we lost our opening game. We're playing like last night, we're playing like the football. If we're going to get better, last season we improved as the season went on. Well, if we improve from that level that we saw last night, if that is like a starting point of how we're going to play and we're going to get better than that we saw like last night, I tell you, this is going to be, if, I know it's all ifs, buts and maybes, but if we get better than that I saw last night, then I tell you what, the Championship better be ready for us because I tell you, some teams are going to get a real big surprise this season and just how good we are. Harry Morg says Bournemouth have had their share of terrible owners in the 1990s. The fans say the club with bucket collections. Yes, I do remember that. But I tell you, the Oystons were unbelievably bad. I mean, they were suing fans. It's just, oh God, we've had them. Don't actually get me started on the Oysters. Don't get me started. Eugene McGeever says, who was Blackpool's worst ever signing back in the day? Oh, blimey. Who was the worst signing? Blimey. Some people would say a guy called Tony Diamond. Some people would say Chris Malkin would rate up there as one of the worst signings we ever made. Paid a lot of money for him and he was just garbage. We have made some. So probably Chris Malkin. Scott Darton wasn't very good at it. Scott Darton was bad. Kara's class as well last night. All the new players are starting to perform. We're so lucky to have a class act of a coach like Critch, which, this is what I'm saying. Is that the one thing that's going to stop us losing Critchley? Can we keep hold of Critchley? Is he going to stay with us? Hope to God he does, but I have this big fear that somebody's going to come in for him. Ashton Coast says, yeah, who is Josh Bowler? You mean Jack Grealish? Yeah, is he even has his socks down like Jack Grealish as well. Is he our Jack Grealish? Is he? Harry Mogg says, I'm worried about the lack of shots you guys had against Bristol City. Your attack is your strength. If your attack struggles, you're in real danger. But, Harry, we didn't bring on the 2 players that played last night until the 75th and the 74th and the 81st minute, and they turned the game round. The whole game turned round. So I think Critch has learned his lesson. Don't worry about shots on target. You want to see how many shots on target we had last night against Middlesbrough, and I would class Middlesbrough as a better team than Bristol City. I'm not worrying, Harry. I'm not, honestly. I'm not worrying one bit at the moment. Can't see us doing anything but good this season. And we have a manager that just wants to improve. We've got an owner that's wanting to improve the club all the time. Everything you see, on the pitch, off the pitch, well, apart from the ticket fiasco last night, but everything about Blackpool is going in the right direction. To electronic screens, advertising boards around the ground, just everything. We're just getting better day by day. And Critchley is always trying to improve himself. He's always trying to improve. He's always trying to improve the players. He's always trying to improve himself. So if that is your mentality, if your manager has that mentality, you cannot fail. If you always want to improve and you're always improving, you cannot fail. We had Simon Grayson. He was garbage. He was stuck in the mud. He was only going to play one way. He didn't change anything. He got progressively worse. Critchley's a different kettle of fish, and the team bonding at Blackpool they are so tight together. It's honestly, it's fantastic. Joe Bottley says the whole performance was excellent. Lavery and Bowler were outstanding. Yes, they were. I totally agree. Sue says there are good teams in League One, but there are only two big ones. Do you think? You've got the world's biggest club in your division, Sheffield Wednesday, who believe they are the biggest club in the world, and you've got Bolton Wanderers as well, who are massive. You've got Portsmouth, who are a damn big club. You've got Charlton Athletic, another big club, and then you've got Lincoln, who were playing really, really well last season. Don't know how they'll go on this season. It's a tough division. Donny Rovers, they were up there, weren't they? They've got a decent sized stadium, not as big as obviously as Sunderland, but no, it's not just Sunderland in that league for me. I think it's going to be tough. Ryan's here. Hello, Ryan. How you doing? Afternoon, Lee. Did you get me on my dad's message, mate? What a game last night. I haven't seen your message yet. No. Keshi's goal was deliberate. No one's telling me different. No one's telling me either. It was absolutely, it was a worldie. There's no way. You can't do that accidentally. What, just accidentally clip the back of your ear or something? No, it was just, it was out of FIFA, wasn't it? It was unbelievable. Yes, Harry Mogg says, yeah, serious. Pompey are bigger than Ipswich. They certainly are. Alan Duckworth is here. Hello, Alan. Hello, Lee. How's it going? If we make Bloomfield Road a fortress, we can make the playoffs. Well, if we play like we played last night, if we continue, it's a big if. I keep saying it's a big if. But if we play like we played last night, I tell you, it's good. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh, yeah. I forgot about him, Ryan. He just reminded me. Bloody Richard Kingston. Yeah, he was a bloody nightmare. What a goalkeeper. He was garbage, wasn't he? Sirius says they were probably in the first division longer, but a big club is a club that's won the most trophies. Well, it all becomes history at the end of the day, doesn't it? So we can't live. You can't live on past glories. Blackpool lived on the 1953 Cup final for bloody years and years until we got on the Premier League. It was in fact there was two things in Blackpool's history. Really. There was the 1953 Cup final and Fred Pickering scoring an hat-trick at Deepdale to send Preston down and Blackpool into the first division. That was it. That was our history there. It was a 1953 Cup final that we won the Matthews final, and Morty got a hat-trick, and there was a hat-trick by Pickering at Deepdale that sent Preston down and Blackpool into the first division, and those were our two biggest moments in history. And then, of course, Holloway came along, and we did the Premier League, and also the Anglo-Italian Cup as well, which is another part of our history. But apart from that, there's not much else to shout about, really. Mark Sal says Ryan Hardy and Nuttall was pretty bad signings. I think we saw Nuttall was there last night, actually, so I don't know what's going on with him. Ryan Hardy didn't do very well, but he never really got a chance, I didn't think, did he? Didn't get much of a chance. Plymouth loved him, didn't they? Joe Bottomy says the worst signing was Udo Onweri. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Ryan. He just never got a chance, did he? Yes, he was, honestly. He was enormous. Who is he? The Middlesbrough are bringing on a bit of a monster. Yeah, that monster was a former Hearts and Blackpool striker. What, he was at Blackpool, was he? When was he at? I believe I've never heard of him. He obviously was there when we were not going, because I don't remember him at all. Not at all. That name just means nothing to me. Harry Mogg says, what do you think your average attendance will be? I'm interested in those kind of stats. Well, I think it all depends. It all depends on where we are, Harry. At the end of the day, if we're up near the top, I think we'll be averaging 13,000. You know, we only get 17 in, so if you get 13,000, that's a pretty decent. That's a pretty decent. That'd be a pretty decent attendance. If we're near the top of the league, you will be looking about 13. If we're, you know, struggling, then you're probably looking at 10 or 11. Mark Stiles says, I'm sure someone was watching him in training. Every time I saw him, he was too weak and pushed off the ball too easy. Yeah, and he came to Bloomfield and bloody scored against us, didn't he? I thought he was pretty good on. You know, I thought he had a good eye for a goal. Yeah, seriously, you did forget about Sheffield Wednesday. Absolutely, the world's biggest club, the Massive, as they call themselves. John Haley says, you got to be confident after that. Of course you have. It was phenomenal. I remember in the Premier League, and I've said it a few times, Blackpool were playing Everton, if you remember, at home. And it ended up as a 2-2 draw. Seamus Coleman scored one for Everton, if you remember rightly. And we actually scored in injury time, and they disallowed it. It was never, ever a foul. It was a great goal. But when the game was on, I remember turning to my dad, and I said to my dad that this Everton team are playing the best football I've ever seen in my life. They were unbelievable. I said, but the weird thing is, Blackpool are actually playing better than Everton, and they were playing just such amazing football. And you know, they played football good enough to stay in that Premier League, and they were unlucky to go down. And I just watching last night, I just had that same sort of feeling that this is getting back to some of the best football I have ever seen. You know, last night was just, I mean, I wasn't even my normal sort of self, where I'm normally a bit, you know, I'm worrying about them getting a goal and all this sort of stuff, you know, and I'm hanging on. But last night, God, that's the best football you've got to go back to Holloway in the Premier League to have watched football like last night. It was from a different planet to what we used to watching at Blackpool. It was out of this world last night. I mean, some Middlesbrough fans have said that we look like Barcelona, and we were just so good last night. To a man, they were phenomenal, and it wasn't just attacking; it was just all over the pitch. We were just picking it up everywhere. We were. The passing, the moving, the possession, the way we're going at them. Oh, they couldn't live with us Middlesbrough last night. They could not live with us. Sirius says, where did we get the manager from? Well, he was the head coach at Liverpool. He was he'd been there for 8 years. He ran the academy, the under 23s. In fact, he'd been through all academy starts. I think he started at under 18s and was at under 23s, and he'd even led out Liverpool a couple of times when Klopp left him in charge, because Klopp really liked him, and he's really well liked at Liverpool. And that's the thing, he's got so many connections, and he's got the highest coaching. I think there's only 7 or 8 other people in the world have got the coaching badges that Critchley's got, so he is that good. And Jane reckons he's a Vulcan because he normally doesn't show any emotion, but he did show some emotion at Bristol. He did go a bit crackers when we got the equaliser. Yeah, Neil Warnock really looked like he didn't know what to do last night, I've got to admit. Harry Mogg says, yes, I didn't watch Blackpool's game last night. Should I watch the highlights to see that goal? Yes, you should. Yeah, you really should. Watch the highlights. There's, I think on YouTube, there's on the official site, there's a couple of minutes of highlights. Goals out of this world. Absolutely out of this world. If it was Premier League, they'd be showing it all day today. Eugene McGeever says, score prediction for the Blackpool versus Cardiff City game this weekend. I think Blackpool will beat Cardiff 4-0. I'd settle for that, Eugene. I would settle for a 2-0. A 2-0 would do me, to be honest. Michael Haig says, thank God we went up last season, as League One is a dog of a league to get out of. Yeah, it is. It really is. But I thought we should have got automatic, and I still think we should have got automatic. I thought we were a better team than Peterborough. You know, I thought we showed it at the end of the season when we battered them really down here, didn't we, Peterborough? And we just cocked up with those 2 games against Rochdale of all things, and blooming Wimbledon. You know, the 2 games were 2 disasters, and we just cost us automatic. But anyway, we went up the glory way at Wembley, but it doesn't really matter in the end. But yeah, it is a dog of a league. Yeah, there's no need to worry unless somebody comes in with him, for a massive amount of money. Because I just like the way he's playing, and I just hope that he is committed to it, and he's going to stay loyal. I just hope he is. I really do. I think the only job really that would probably he would take is the Liverpool job. But whether he's ready yet, whether he's ready there. In fact, I can actually see Critchley becoming England manager. If I'm being honest, I can see him being an England manager in 10 years time, probably. I think he can. I think he'll be a favourite for the England job, especially if he gets sold to Liverpool or some big club and takes them like he's taken Blackpool and brings people on. And yeah, I think he's a shoo-in for it. Ryan Dunbar is just happy with staying up on 6 points at Preston. He'll be happy. I'm reaching for the stars, Ryan, I've got to say. Seriously saying, I have no clue who my worst club's player was. They were all so bad. There's been quite a few bad ones. Michael Haig says that Nuttall is still injured. His leg is still in a brace. God knows what has happened to Labala. Well, I know it's a mystery, isn't it? Where has he gone? Who bloody knows? Mark Stiles says, I have heard Nuttall is not fit, but what is going on with Teddy and Bears? Has Teddy been sent out? Was he sent out on loan? I don't know what's happened with Bears. It's just ridiculous. That's why I don't know him. Ryan. It's no use talking to me about anybody during the Not Up Anymore years because I didn't go. So I don't know him at all. Jake Anker said, who would you say our best ever signing is? For me, I'd say Adam, for what he did in the season we went up and when he was in the Premier League. Yeah, well, it's a toss-up, isn't it, really, between, if you'd have asked my dad, he would have told you he liked David Vaughan. He was a massive David Vaughan fan, and he thought that David Vaughan was the sort of the thing that made Charlie Adam click. I liked Charlie Adam. I loved DJ Campbell. I really did. I thought he was exceptional. I liked Luke Varney. I liked him as well. Any of those Premier League. My favourite player going back in time would be Eamon O'Keefe, Paul Stewart. Around those times, I really like those. Jane's favourite striker was Dave Bamber. There's been some good ones, Brett Ormrod. Brett, I would say, is my favourite Blackpool player of all time. Yeah, of all time, Brett Ormrod. Kate United says, I'm loving the setup, Lee. Who have you got on Saturday? We've got Cardiff on Saturday. Yeah, I've just redone it. Do you like it? It's cool, isn't it? It's I did the YouTube gamer thing that they all do, which is I bought 2 cabinets from IKEA on the side, two cabinets, and I bought a kitchen worktop from IKEA, 3 meter. That's it. Looks cool, doesn't it? And then obviously it fits the 2 iMacs on. It looks great, doesn't it? I like it. I'm really pleased with it. I had to come on just to show it off. So I've been working on it for a few days, and I'm just so happy I've got it up. It looks classed on it. I can put my little adverts on the screens there, which is kind of cool, isn't it? Harry Morg says, well, the celebrations. Were there celebrations when we got rid of the oysters? Did you boycott until they left? Yeah, of course. We boycott for 5 years, Harry. We didn't go for 5 years. 5 years, not a penny more. There is a video on YouTube. I think it's had over 100,000 views. Let me see if I can find it. I'll tell you what it's called, and it will answer every question you ever have about how Blackpool fans felt when they finally got rid of the Oystons. So let's see if I can just find it here on YouTube. I think it's called Blackpool Fans Sing Their Hearts Out or something. Yeah. Yeah, it's had 132,000 views. I don't know if you can see that. There. It's called, if you go on YouTube, it's called Blackpool FC fans sing their heart out at their historic homecoming day. It's on a channel called Wildlife and Birds, and it's had 132,000 views. 6 minutes long, and it's 6 minutes of pure and utter joy. If you watch that, it was filmed by my mate Wayne, who did that, and I tell you what, I'll tell you, Harry, just watch that. That's all you need to watch, and you'll know exactly how Blackpool fans felt about getting rid of the bloody Oystons. Ryan Dunbar says he's loving the new setup. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's different, isn't it? It's just, I've got rid of the couch and everything, and it's now my studio. That is where I will be doing all my editing on those two Macs behind. And yeah, exciting times. It's going to make life easy. Ryan Dunbar says Borough fans were saying there was less of us, but we had more noise than they had versus Fulham. I didn't think, to be honest with you, if I was to say, I'm sorry, North Down, but I didn't think Blackpool fans were as good as we can be, and we certainly weren't as good as we were at Bristol. We didn't sing the whole game through, and Borough fans were giving us at times a bit of stick. They were singing "Is This a Library?" and "Shall We Sing a Song for You?" So we weren't as good last night as we can be. We weren't on top form last night. Hopefully we'll be back to good things on Saturday. I'm hoping more from the North on Saturday. Michael says it is called the 6-second retention system. Purist football, where you must release the ball within 6 seconds. It is called the Man City way. Is that how we were playing last night? Was it? We were playing very well. Harry Mogg says Cardiff are one of the favourites to go up. So this will be a big test, won't it? We will see how good we are. We will see how good Cardiff are and see how good we are. 2-0 we're going for Calamaya, yeah. Ryan Dummer says he'll take a 1-0. Callum will take a 2-0 against Cardiff. Jonathan Calvert is here. Hello. Neil Critchley's Tangerine Army. Absolutely. Ryan Dunbar says, my friend is a Scottish PPP fan, so banter has already started. What's a is that would that be the word you can't say? Is that Celtic, right? Eugene McGeever says, who do you think will get Championship Manager of the Month this season? I think it will be the Blackpool manager. Too early to say yet, Eugene. We need to win a game. We haven't won a game yet, but we have won a game last night, but not in the Championship. So we'll see. I'm not bothered if he does get Manager of the Month. In fact, I don't like Manager of the Month. It's always a bloody curse. Michael Hayes says, Paul Stewart, I was out with him 2 weeks ago. Great guy, Stewie. Yes, he is a great guy. Ryan Dunbar says it's a toss-up for him between Campbell, Varney, Brett, Adam Everett, and a friend of the channel, Keegan Parker. Yeah, some good players, all good players there. Keegan was excellent as well. Yeah, there's been some great signings for Blackpool over the years. We really have, we really have made some good signings. Blackpool, historically, there's been some great players at Blackpool. Some real favourites. Even Andy Garner. Eugene Giva says, what is your dream signing for Blackpool in the summer transfer window? My Blackpool dream signing will be Ellis Sims from Everton. Yeah, I would love to sign him. God, I hope we get him. God, if we pick him up, if we do sign him, and it is rumoured when he's fit, he's coming in January. He's coming January. Never mind the summer transfer. He would be, oh my God. Michael Haig says it looks nice. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I'm really pleased. I've worked at it and I've built it all, and I'm pretty happy with it. I am very happy with it. Painted it all, and yeah, I've been working hard. It says you like it, but not a lot. But this time I do like it a lot. The setup, yeah, it looks ace, doesn't it? I don't like it as well. It's just cool, isn't it? Like my space. This is it, my studio. I'm just saying that's where I'm going to work. So it's all in the one place now. So because I was sort of like, we're doing the live streams from here, and then I was going in the back room to, to edit and stuff. So now the back room is going to be like a second lounge, and I have got my studio all to myself. So I can just, when I'm out, I can just turn around and the camera's this side, or I can edit that side. So it's yeah, it's going to make a big difference to my life. It's just ace. I'm really liking it. Joe Bottomley says the best football I've seen in Blackpool colours has been Alan Suddick. Wonderful range of passing, magnificent free kicks, and his footwork was sublime. Tended to be overshadowed by Tony Green. Yeah, well, Tony Green, my dad loved Tony Green. I just don't remember. I don't remember Alan Suddick, but it's just don't remember him. But for me, it would be Eamon O'Keefe would be, the one that really, first of all, just I fell in love with Eamon O'Keefe. In fact, he was little, a bit like Lavery, you know what I mean? And he was bustle around, and he would get stuck in, and he would pick up balls. And this Lavery, I feel like saying it now. I think he's going to be one of the best footballers we've had at Bloomfield Road in a long, long time. This Lavery, he is. Sometimes, you see, we're picking a lad up from Ireland, we got him on a free, didn't we, or whatever. We got him on and did peanuts. So I don't think he was for very much. And you're thinking, yeah, but can he make the step up from Irish football to championship? It's a big leap, but my God, we needn't have worried. Sometimes, they never happen. Wes Houlihan did happen, didn't he? Just gonna have a drink, sorry. Yeah, Wes Houlihan was one of those that came over from Ireland, and he was just amazing. But Lavery, I think he's going to go down as like a really, really popular player. See you later, Callum. See you later. What are my thoughts on the Sunderland home draw? I think it's a good one. I think it's going to be a good tie. I think Sunderland will bring a lot of fans, and they'll be bursting to bring a lot of fans because they've not been able to come to Blackpool, have they? If you remember, we played the Tranmere Rovers game. The next game at home was Sunderland. It all got cancelled because of COVID, so they didn't get to come to Blackpool then. They didn't get to come to Blackpool last season. So Sunderland will be here in force. So it'll be a great atmosphere. I think. I think it'd be a good game. I think it'd be good to see Embo back at Bloomfield Road. It'll be good to see how we've improved over the last time we played Sunderland, because I thought Sunderland gave Blackpool a very good game at Bloomfield Road. If I'm being honest, I thought we were a little bit lucky to win that game against Sunderland at Bloomfield Road. I thought Sunderland were a bit roughhousey, and they roughed us up a bit on that game, and I'm not sure whether they will this time. And I'm just looking forward to seeing, how much we've improved, how much better we are as a championship side to a League One side, or how far we've come. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think Blackpool can win it. I really do. I think Blackpool can definitely win it, especially if we play like we did last night. Critch made a lot of subs last night. He changed a lot of players, and we still look magnificent. I think that's the most important thing about Blackpool as well, and it was last season as well, is that when players get injured, they just slot in. He just brings other players in, and you wouldn't even notice that he changed, anything. It just carry on the same. You wouldn't even know one player's gone off and one player's gone on, and that's the way it was last night. Harry Mogg says, I can see a lot of Eddie Howe in Neil Critchley in the way that Neil's transformed your club whilst playing attractive football. Yeah, that's you take that, wouldn't you? I mean, Eddie Howe did a wonderful job down there, didn't he? Absolutely wonderful. Didn't do so good when he came back up to Burnley, but Papa, yeah. Oh yeah, Papa. Yeah, the club with the biggest bus station in Lancashire would have done. You wouldn't have had to say the name then. The club with the biggest bus station in Lancashire. Biggest bus station in the world, I think. John Haley says Sunderland will bring trillions and we will beat them again like last season. We are confident, aren't we? Brian says Ellis or Embo. I don't think we need Embo. I don't think we need him. I think Keshi's amazing. I don't think we need Embo. Ellis definitely. I would have Simsy. I thought he'd be amazing. Michael A says he'll catch up with us on Saturday. We'll be in the Armfield. What time will we be in there? We'll be there early because you need to get in the ground early because it is a bloody nightmare. But honestly, it is an absolute nightmare getting in the ground. The queues last night were just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And if you watch my video, you will see what I thought of it all because it was just ridiculous. Harry Monk says, I'm making pancakes whilst on my phone listening to the podcast. Happy days. Well, it made me think I wouldn't mind some pancakes, actually. That'd be really good. That's brilliant. Jane's been turfed out. No, Jane is... Yeah, she's not been turfed out. She was never in this part of this was always a sort of... We had like two lounges in the one room. So we've got the main lounge with a big screen, which is like in front of me there, and this was just in the bit round the corner. But then I was having to do the editing in the back, like room, so I had to move. But now I can edit. I can just turn around and put the camera on and come on when I want to come on. So it'll probably mean that I'll, you'll see more. You'll see more of me as I come on these lives like this because it's just dead easy for me to do now because I only have to basically just turn around, edit, come back on, turn the camera on. I'm good to go. I'm all set up. It's just perfectly set up for me. It's just wonderful. I'm very happy with it. What is your favourite chant? Oh, God. Well, at the moment, I'm loving the Jerry H chant at the moment because it goes on for a while. I always love the best trip was a great chant because I like chants that kind of go round so you can like start them again and again and they get bigger and bigger. I love obviously the seaside because everybody thinks we say Zeke Heil but we say seaside. So I love that one. But I always like some of my favorite songs are promotion songs. The songs where you're going up sort of songs. I love them sort of songs. But yeah, those were my favourite. What did I think of Middlesbrough fans last night? I thought they were pretty good actually until they all started streaming out after the second goal went in. They were leaving en masse, but the ones that stayed sung to the end. I thought they were pretty good. I thought you were good for 2,000. I thought you were loud. Yeah, very impressive. Middlesbrough fans, and I imagine more will be coming for the for the league game. We're actually going to Middlesbrough. It's Jane's birthday. It's actually Jane's birthday on for the Middlesbrough game. So, but we're not staying in Middlesbrough. We're going to Whitby. We're going to do something in Whitby because it's not too far away, and there's a few attractions there that we're going to do on our football traveller's guide, football tourist guide, which are our new series of videos, which we're going to be doing every away game this season. Michael says Lavery has a great pedigree from Everton and was coached by Keith Southern at Everton. Yeah, he has. But, you still don't know just because he's done fantastic in the Irish League. I just think he's that, is that going to be good enough? But boy, has he proved it last night. Well, in the last couple of games, how good he is. How good he is. I mean, the goal he scored at Bristol City, the way he just turned his foot to put it in was phenomenal, really. When you think... I mean, if I'd have been in that position, I'd have probably just fresh aired that ball coming across from Bowler at Bristol City, because it come across so fast, but he met it perfectly, didn't he, at Bristol? It was perfect. He is he is a good striker. There's no doubt about it. He's a good striker. End of. Eugene McGee says, after the Cardiff game at home, Blackpool played Coventry at home on Tuesday night. I think Blackpool get 3 points against Coventry. Well, I would like to because they annoyed me, Coventry, when we were winning 2-0 away at Coventry. Remember, we were under Larry, we were 2-0 up, and then I know we carried on attacking, and they got 2 goals back at half time, didn't they? And then we made a substitution, and then he had to take Delphonse off injury, so we're down to 10 men, and they scored in that injury time. I'd love to get them back for that. Floor Filler is here, the floor filling DJ from Newcastle. Hi, Lee. Me and Kimberly will be making the trip down to Bloomers on Saturday. We'll be sat in Block P, so we'll be hoping to see you and Jane. Block P. Is that in the south? We're in the south. Not sure which. We'll try and find you. I think you're. If I'm right, I think P's going towards the north, so you probably won't see us because we can't get over that side. Yes, it's a name you can't say. That town with a giant bus station will do. Oh yes, of course. Or as Jane would tell you, it's Blackpool East. Of course it is. Blackpool East. Yes, of course. That would have done. Sirius says Sunderland have made quality signings. 2-1 to Sunderland. Well, we'll see. Does anybody want to bet with Sirius on that? Does anybody want to have a little bet with Sirius that Sunderland will not beat Blackpool? Yes, we do, Ryan. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. You can never have enough strikers. I would definitely have him. I think Jane was saying the same thing. I had the same discussion with her. I would sign Ellis Sims in a heartbeat because I think he's one you just can't afford to miss. I think he's going to become a future England star, to be honest. And I would definitely have him. Definitely have him. I think we need sort of that big, tall striker as well, which we haven't got at the moment. Without with Medine, are we ever going to play Medine? Is it? What do you think? Is he ever going to be fit, Medine? Never seems to be, does he? He's never fit. Okay, Borough fan here. First time I came to Blackpool last night. One of the better away grounds I've been to. Home fans made some decent noise considering how many we had. Yeah. Well, obviously, it was only a cup game. We weren't sold out. It'll be a lot louder when you come back in the Championship when we've got the whole, all the stands are full. It's very loud. Blackpool is very, very loud. We're notoriously very, very loud for the amount of fans go. We punch way above our weight. It's quite an incredible sound that we do make when we are full. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. It's just the same. That stand that Borough in is the stand that the Oystons got ready for the Premier League. It's still there. It's kind of pile driven in, but it's still only temporary. The seats are all on stanchions. So that stand is going to be redeveloped, or it's in plans to be redeveloped soon. So hopefully then that should become sort of the main stand of Blackpool. That will become a bigger stand. I think it's in the plans. It's going to be a bigger stand. And of course, behind it, all those little houses and stuff, that's all going. And there's going to be training facilities there and 4G pitches and everything on that other side. It's all going to be bulldozed and knocked down that whole corner. So we're looking forward to that. And it'll look a lot better when you come to Bloomfield Road when that is the case. And Michael Hayes said he is like a raging bull, in my opinion. Loves running at the opposition defenders. Really is great to see. Reminds me of Super Brett. Yeah, he is. He does like to run at them, and so does Bowler as well. Both of those players really do like to attack, and it's exciting to see. And CJ Hamilton coming down as well. It's terrifying, isn't it? Jerry Yates. I mean, we didn't have Demi Mitchell. He's not played, has he? Oh, you're in the West Stand. Yeah, I think you're in the West Stand, but I can't remember which way it goes. The ground. Someone have to tell me. I know M. We were in M. So does it then go NOP? Does it come? Yes, it must do. Yeah. So you'll be in the West. You'll be on our side of the West, probably down towards. You'll be probably near the south. The southwest corner. So yeah, you'll definitely see us. You'll see me. I'll be walking around with bloody camera filming stuff, and all. So you won't miss me. Just come up and say hello. Granola McGee. That has got to be the name of the stream, hasn't it? Granola McGee. I love it. What do you think of the Blackpool FC YouTube channel? If they did more content with players, it'd grow. Yeah. Don't get me started. Listen, I'm not going to be too critical of it for the simple reason that they're doing something. They're doing something. They're getting better. They've got better equipment. I don't know if you've noticed the interview for anybody who understands cameras and all the rest of it, but they've purchased new cameras because they were just on a camcorder. And when you record on a camcorder, everything's in focus. So whatever you film on a camcorder, it's all in focus. The background, the stadium, the guy, if there's a guy, mowing the lawn behind Critchley, you can see him mowing along the lawn. Now they've changed, because when I did the Morty celebrations down there, I noticed the guy, one of the media guys, he had I think he had a Sony, it could have been an A7 III or an A, but these are like £3,500 cameras with a decent lens on it. And you probably noticed in the Jerry Yates interview that it looks stunning because all the changing room behind was all blurred out. And they've done a couple of interviews with Critchley and everything, and the backgrounds are starting to get blurred out. So they've upped the tech on the cameras they're using, but they're still not the greatest videographers for me. I would do it better. The things they do with the behind the scenes, behind the scenes training, it's just garbage. It's just B-roll. It's just a lot of B-roll, a lot of players running up and down, doing little, all this sort of stuff. You need a story. So if you're watching Blackpool Football Club, that's what you need to do. You need to, if you're going to say Gary Medine is back in training, we want to talk to Gary Medine. Let's find out about Gary Medine. Let's find out what he's been through, and show the bits of B-roll over the top of Gary Medine, telling you about, show him back in training, but have a story with it. So we know who Gary Medine is. We never get to. They are starting to bring the players into the show, and the show is good. It's okay. It could be better, but it's good. And I think for £1.99, Tangerine TV is well worth it. And I think they're getting better. And I think it's like everything that Blackpool Football Club do, they're getting better, aren't they're getting better, and they'll improve it. I would love to do the videos with the players, and I don't know if any of you watched my video with AFC Blackpool when they were back in training, and I went down and filmed them in training, and I had all the lads running up to the camera and doing daft stuff. And that's what you want to see. You want to get the personality of the players and get to know them, and so hopefully the content will just get better, and the guys that they've got in now are a little bit better than the guys that were before, and the sound's improving, the picture's improving, and everything's getting that little, they're using lav mics now, and everything's a lot better to watch. But I'm pushing them all the way. They've got to get better, because we're getting better all the time here, aren't we? So they've got to improve to keep in front of me. Michael Haig is often telling me that Ellis Sims is going to be here in the January transfer window. Let's hope you are right. That would be good. Sam Haig is here. Hello, Sam. He's telling me that the North Stand is fully sold out for Cardiff. I do believe it is. Michael Haig said that Bowler, he did everything bar scoring last night. He had a great game. Yes, he did have a great game. He didn't have as good a second half, because I think they marked him up a little bit more out the game, because they probably never, they didn't know who he was before the game. And I saw this young kids just tearing him apart. And I think they made a few changes in the second half to counteract him. But the trouble is then, if they're double teaming him, you've got Keshi going, you've got Lavery running at him. Who do they keep an eye on, because there's that many of them. They're good. Michael Haig says Critch will be given the freedom of the town. The good old Premiership days are back. Football's coming home. Well, we're not there yet, but we're certainly looking good. Ryan Dunbar says that Jed Mills is better than Chizzy. Yeah, he's all right. They don't help him, do they, to look good, do they? They show. He's always looking a bit tight in his tops and stuff, isn't he? But yeah, they don't help with multiple camera angles and stuff. I would do these things like the way that one of my favorite YouTube channels and one of my favorite football YouTubers is the True Geordie. And if you see how he sets up his interviews, it's on like a different level it's just on a different level. It's the sort of level that I want to get to eventually with my especially if we're going to be doing them in the Armfield Club, with my shows when we do reviews of the games and stuff. It's the kind of quality that I would love to have, and you get multiple camera angles and stuff like that. But the true Geordie, it's just unbelievable. But he has a team of video people switching cameras and all the rest of it. It's just phenomenal. Stephen Willis said that Middlesbrough saying they had all the kids. Yeah, and so did we, Stephen. We had we how many changes did we make? 6 changes. Yeah. Does Critchley have a plan B? Cool. Joking, Harry. Honestly, Critchley never plays the same game twice. He analyzes the teams. He sets up different ways of playing. He's got not only has it as a plan B, but a C, a D, and an E, and an F, and a G, and all the way through to Z. He's an incredible manager. Who's 22? Who's 22? Michael, what's that answer to? Who is 22? He is 22. I don't know what you mean. Anyway, if you just joined the stream, we are talking about last night and just what we witnessed as Blackpool fans last night. Take away the ticket fiasco, which if you've watched my video, you will see that I was not too happy about the ticket fiasco. Last night, it was ridiculous. Only having, on my ticket, it said I could go through 7, 8, 9, or 10, and there's only 8 open. Out of those 4 options, there was just 1 turnstile, and the queue to get in that 1 turnstile was going from, like, that's just past number 8 is just kind of past the middle of the, where you go into hospitality, so just past the main entrance of the club. The queue snaked basically all the way back down to the south end of the ground, came back on itself, and right the way back to the north. So you had to go. There was about 300 people queuing southways to get into the queue to come back north to gate 8. It was. I've never seen anything like it. It was ridiculous last night. But the football, we're talking about the football. And if you were there last night, was that was it the best performance you've ever seen from a Blackpool side? It's got to be up there. It's got to be up. Well, it won't be the best. Probably Forest away under Holloway was probably the best performance ever, but that was up there last night. It was incredible. Michael Haig says, you need to start doing a podcast after the game, Lee. Will be good. I am. It's all in plan. It's all going to be in the Armfield Club. I tell you, we're going to be going live after the games. You guys are going to love it. I tell you, you're going to love it. It's going to be ace. It's going to be really good. Jake says, I love how Critchley's style of play is. He wants good attacking football, but if needed, like versus Sunderland, he can go to a defensive back 5 and hit teams on the break. Perfect manager for us. Yeah, of course he is. He adapts, doesn't he? And he's got better. He's, if you ever watch Critch, he's always making little notes and he's always improving. And even in his interviews, when you listen to his interviews, he's always looking for improvement in himself, in the players, in what he's going to coach them. If it's not, he kind of always wants to get back on the training field. I saw what went wrong, and I'm going to make sure we go through that in training. And he's looking to improve the players. And if you watch the Blackpool FC show, and you've seen Chris Maxwell on there, and he's basically said that the 15 years he's been playing football before he's come to Blackpool, before he's been a goalie, he might as well just throw it all. He's learned more with Critchley than he's learned in the previous 15 years of being a footballer. He might as well just throw all his previous knowledge out of the window because he's learning so much. And that's just, he's not even a goalkeeping coach. So, they're just, the players are going to get better. They're not going to get, this season, Blackpool Football Club players are not going to get worse. They're going to get better. You saw it last season. You saw how we improved as the season went on. We are going to get better and better and better and better as the season goes on. And we're starting at a better level than we started. We're playing better now than we were last season in League One. We set off bad, but we got better. Now we're playing football already. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it's only going to get better. Roy Cram, hello, Roy. Were you surprised with the start to the season? Two very good performances so far. Any idea of further recruitment? No, I've no idea. Michael's in the chat, and he normally has a few ears to the ground. He reckons that Ellis Sims is coming in January when he's fit. He's coming in. I do. Fingers crossed on this one, but I know Forest have now signed a right back, and it was supposedly, it's been said quite often that as soon as Forest get a right back, we can have Gabriel. So if that comes off, I will be super happy about that. Player ratings against Middlesbrough. Well, I would. I'll tell you what. Well, you'd have to give Lavery and Bowler. Blimey, you could almost give Lavery a 10 out of 10, couldn't you? Did nothing wrong. We're going to give him 9 because there's room for improvement. So 9 for Lavery, 9 for Bowler. I thought that the young right back, whose name Callum, guy that scored the first goal, thought he played really well. Thought Pateta was a rock. Give him 8. Goalie had nothing. Had nothing to do. He just had nothing to do. I think he only had about 1 or 2 saves to make all night. I'd give them all just probably across the board. I thought Kenny Dougal played really well. Thought Grant Ward was excellent. Thought Keshi looked great when he come on, scored a great goal. He could easily be given an 8.5. Grant Ward's an 8.5. Kenny Dougal 8.5. Who else have we got in? Husband played well. He played all right. Yeah, probably nothing less than an 8 for any of them. Nothing. It was just the most magnificent performance I've seen in ages. What did you think? Tell me in the comments. What are your ratings? Jake says in the North Stand there was a big queue as well. It just seems so slow. Yes, it was bloody ridiculous last night. I mean, I know this is COVID thing, but they weren't taking your temperature or anything, were they? So there was nothing actually physically slowing you down to get in. I don't know whether these paper ticket things work right, because I was saying this earlier. We're in the South Stand, and I can normally, with my season ticket, I can get in one of the turnstiles just round the corner, which, you can get in the South Stand anyway from there. It lets me in. I don't have to go in through the turnstiles. It says on the card. It works at other turnstiles. We went to turnstile 6, queued up in that for about 5 minutes. It was a bit shorter. Got to the front. We had to come out because it just wouldn't accept the paper tickets. And then one say, no, you've got to go to 7 gates, 7 or 8. It's what's on your ticket. So we had to go and join the back of the bloody long queue again. So it was a double nightmare for us last night. But yeah, I don't know whether those paper tickets work as well as season tickets. Stephen Woolley, hi Stephen. He says, can you ring up the ticket office and order a ticket and pay for it, then pick it up from the ticket office the day coming up to Blackpool from Coventry for the Huddersfield game? I think you can do that, Stephen. I think you can pick it up. You can also print it at home. I think you can print your ticket at home as well, so you don't need to do any of that. You can just print it off. That's what we did last night. Although you've got to make sure you go in the right number of turnstile. Ryan Dummer says not much to update injury-wise from last night, other than there's no new knocks. Kenny Dougal now pushing for a league start after his 45-minute cameo. Viking, Stuart and Medine making progress. Well, yeah, I mean, we've got them to come back, haven't we, at the moment? I mean, I like Gresson as well. Ray Cram says, has Stuart McCall so far made a difference with coaching alongside Neil? Critchley, too early to tell yet. Ray, too early yet. Lavery's done very well so far. Looks a goal scorer in the making with Jerry Yates. Yeah, in fact, Jerry Yates is not looking. He's not firing yet on full cylinders, but I think it's taken him a while to get in his stride. But he will come. Yeah, Lavery. I think he's going to become one of our all-time greats. I really do. I think we'll be talking about him in years to come the same way we talk about Wes Hoolahan. Jake says, is there any news on Gretterson? No, I've not heard anything. Ryan's just said he's making progress, so I think he got a dislocated shoulder and he had to have an operation, so it's taken a long time. I thought he would have been back already, to be honest. Oh, apparently that that injury update is from Matt Scrafton. So there you go. So they're all making progress. They're getting there, but what that means, I don't know. You don't know what I mean by print it off. Well, if you have a printer at home, when you do your ticket, there is an option to print it. So you can just print it at home and just print your ticket. It's like a big white A4 sheet of paper. You fold it in three, you print it off, and it's got the barcode on. You just take it in, and it gets you in. So if you've got a printer at home, you can print it off. Yeah, you can email it, can you? Yeah, they will email it to you, and then you get your ticket, and you can just print it off at home. Yeah, from your printer. If you don't have a printer, you'll just have to. You can probably pick it up from the ticket office. I would imagine there will be an option to pick it up from the ticket office. I can't see why there wouldn't be. Harry Mogg says the electronic ticket scanners are terrible everywhere I've been. I prefer the good old days of handing your ticket over to a ticket man. Personally, I think it's just a money saving exercise. And I agree with you. It wasn't very good last night, Harry. It really wasn't. I was frustrated beyond frustration last night because I knew I wasn't going to get in. There was no chance. Fortunately, Jane was in, so she did film a few things for me, as you see on the video. I put it down as Jane's cam while I was struggling outside to get in, having a little bit of a rant as I do. But I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss the goal. We got in about 5 minutes before the first goal, so I didn't miss anything really, which was quite good in the end. But it's so frustrating, when you stood outside and you can just see, you can see the queue, and you're looking and you got like 3 minutes to go, and the queue's like 500 going one way, 500 coming back, and they're going in at like a snail's pace. You just know you're not going to get in. Jane went separately to me last night. She went to funny story really. She went to the number 10 ale house because she wanted to go there and chill out for a bit. She had a hard day at work, and I was busy finishing this off because I needed to finish it off. I was building the cabinet there because I was building that, and there's another one on that side. I was building them, getting all this ready because I needed to edit it last night when I got home. So I was trying to get it all ready. So she left me, and I was getting a little bit stressed out. So it's probably good to get away from me. So she probably went to the pub to get away from me. And then when we went to Bristol, Jane got a phone call from Radio 5 Live on the Friday night to say, can we have you on Radio 5 Live? And can you be ready for 6:45 in the morning? We'll give you a call about 6:30. So she started watching this film, this Hammer House of Horror film. And she thought it was going to finish about like 10:30, but it was going on till 11:30. So she missed the last hour. So she's been really frustrated because she wanted to see this film, and she was meeting a guy. This is unbelievable. A guy from Middlesbrough, a Middlesbrough fan. He's a big Hammer House of Horror fan, and he has the DVD. So she was meeting him at the ground to get the DVD for this Hammer House of Horror film to see the end of it. So we've got that to watch now. So she's going to see the end of that. So, but the interview with Radio 5 Live, they rang at 6:30 in the morning and said they didn't have time to fit it in because of the Olympics. So we did all that anyway, and they woke us up at stupid o'clock in the morning, and she didn't even get to be on the radio. So it was ridiculous. Matthew says, am I going to the Armfield Club on Saturday before the match? Yes, I intend to do so. Anthony Critchley, that's a good, we like that surname, don't we? Any prediction for Saturday? McCarthy seems to have done a good job at Cardiff. I'm looking forward to seeing a couple of their lads. After they left Crew, my team. Okay, right, okay. NG and Wintle, is it? Wintle. So are you a Crew fan then? So you'll be looking at how they do. Predictions are a bit hard at the moment because we're only just in the league, and we started off okay. We played brilliant last night, which is what we're talking about today. We played absolutely just unbelievable football last night. So if we play like we played last night, I think we'll beat Cardiff, and I'm going for 2-0. Ray is saying, hi, Ray. So, do you think mid-table is a realistic aim for Blackpool? I believe so. Richard Keogh, experience at the back, will be important to guide the defence. Chris Maxwell is a class goalkeeper. Yes, he absolutely is. In fact, I think he's Jane's favourite goalkeeper of all time. He's that good. He is a really, really, really good class goalkeeper. It's like him a lot. I don't know, Stephen, when Huddersfield tickets will be available. They seem to be just bringing them out in little bits. Matthew Warrender says that Shane Lavery will get us into the playoffs. I'm inclined to agree with you, Matthew. I am inclined to agree with you. I have a sneaky feeling we will get in the playoffs this season. I think we're going to surprise a lot of clubs, a little bit like we surprised clubs in the Premier League, and a little bit like we surprised clubs the last time we were favourites to get relegated for the Championship, as you all remember, under Ian Holloway, where Blackpool were the bookies' favourites to go down. And what happened? We went up, didn't we? Right. I've talked to everybody for hours. Thank you very much for being here. It's been really good. If you want to ask me anything, I'll take a few questions. If you want to ask me anything, ask me about my background, of course. Yeah. Oh, right. That's pretty cool. Danny says we need top 6. I've got 6 crates of beer as a bet with a Bolton fan, so we have to do it. Then he owes me. Okay, that's a good bet. Well, I hope you win your bet. I really do. I hope you win your bet. Right. And if you've got any questions for me, just fire away while I'm here. While you've got me, anything you want to ask me, and tell me. Who was your man of the match last night? I think a lot of going for Lavery. I think it'd be hard. I mean, I like this bowler a lot. I really, really like this bowler. I've got to say, I like them all. I mean, CJ's not quite, got it back yet, but I think he's going to get better as the season goes on, as long as he doesn't get injured this season. Demi Mitchell isn't even playing, and he was a star. He was playing really well in the preseason game, so he's another one that's got to come back. Kenny Dougal being back in was fantastic. Harry says, are we coming to see anything whilst you're in Bournemouth? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Jane's doing the itinerary, so I don't know where I'm going, but we're coming up. We're coming down to Bournemouth, yeah. And we're going to do a few things. We've had a look. I mean, there's obviously a lot, Bournemouth, I imagine, is, the seafront, everything's really nice. I'm looking forward to that. I think there's a monkey thing, isn't there? There's a monkey thing. There's more things. I think there's a Spitfire thing somewhere as well. Not quite sure. Jane's been arranging things, so we're definitely doing a football tourist guide to Bournemouth. So hope you enjoy it. Anybody else? Any more? Before I say ta-ra, because I'm going to go. What time is it now? 5:30. I'm going to start getting tea ready. It's been a good afternoon. I was just so pumped about last night. I just had to come on, but it's easy now because I've got my studio. I've got my editing there and my studio here. Monkey World, yes. And there's a dinosaur museum. Yes, there is. So that's another one I think Jane's excited about. So it could probably be those. Stephen Worley says, will we be coming down to the Coventry game? Did you not watch my interview on my Football Travellers vlog where I did tell you that we're going to be going to every single game this season? Every single game. We're doing them all, providing COVID obviously doesn't stop us. But if we can go to them, we will be there. We will be at every club this season. And we're looking forward to it. And we'll be doing our Football Travellers guide, which is a guide, obviously, to show people what they can do, what you can do going to these clubs other than just go to the game. Because there's so much more to see of this country, to be honest. There's wonderful things, and it's just good to get to know, it's not just a place you go and a place you come home from. It's a place you go and enjoy yourself. And these videos will be joyful. I'm sure you're going to really enjoy them. Okay, Harry says, nearby in the Purbeck, also known as the Jurassic Coast. Okay. Matthew Warrender says the man of the match was Marvin Ekpateta or Callum Connolly. I must admit, Connolly, yeah, Callum Connolly. It's a name. I'm trying to remember his name all game. It was Sonny Carey, wasn't it? Not Eugene McGeever says I can call it the Blackpool away days when Blackpool play away from home this season. No, we're not. We're calling it. We've called it the Football Tourist Guide for a reason. There's a reason for it, which will all become more and more evident as time goes by and as Jane's book comes out. It's a combination of it's a thing that we're gonna. It's a thing. It's a thing that's going to become big, and it's going to become a place where fans can. Now anybody who's going to Bristol City, if they're Forest fans or Middlesbrough fans or the Bournemouth fans, they can look at our video, can't they? And they can see what you can do in Bristol. And it'll be the same for wherever we go. And hopefully we'll get more people going, more Forest fans and all that going to Bristol and doing a bit of touristy thing like we have, because it's fantastic. And I'll see more and more of it. Harry Mogg says, shame you guys aren't down the weekend after. There's the Bournemouth Air Show beginning of September with all of the most famous planes. Oh, well, we'll maybe do that next time, Harry. Yes, apparently so, Kev. We are actually, one of the things that we are going to do in our series is a football tourist guide to Blackpool. And we are really looking for probably hotels and things that would like to be on it. Pubs and stuff, maybe, that would take away fans and stuff like that. So we can put some sort of thing together for fans who are, traveling to Blackpool and showing them what they can do here. Obviously the Pleasure Beach and the Tower and all that is going to be on it, but there's more things than that. So it's another video that is going to come soon and going to be done soon. Ray Cram says, keep up the great work with the channel, make it stronger, and sure everyone appreciates it very much. The content is quality. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, Ray. Thank you. Kev Short's give me a thumbs up. I take it that's for the football tourist guide. It's going to be great. There's honestly, we've got stuff planned that's coming. You're going to love it. You're going to really love it. And I promise you, it's going to get better and better. And we're only just beginning. We're getting better and better. We're really excited about it. We're both super excited about it. So come along with us for the ride, and make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. All that helps the channel. Harry Mogg says, what is Blackpool's theme park like? It's the best in the world, Harry. God, what kind of question is that? It's called the Pleasure Beach. It's got the big one in it. It's got Icon in it, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's not really a theme park. If I'm being honest, it's not a theme park. It's a fun fair. It always was a fun fair. You just used to be able to walk on. When I was a kid, you could walk on. You didn't have to get tickets. You could just pay to go on the rides. But it's fantastic. There's some great rides. Really super rides to go on. And you got all the classic roller coasters as well, like the Big Dipper and the Grand National, and the roller coaster, or I think they call it the Tangerine Streak now or something. There's for the kids, there's SpongeBob Nickelodeon Land and all that. Yeah, no, it's really, really good. It's a great day. Jake says, would you say this year's ticket prices for Blackpool are fair? They're okay. They could have been cheaper, couldn't they? They could have been cheaper, but at the end of the day, if we want quality football, if we want them to make great signings, if we want our club to go forward, then we've got to be prepared to support it and put our money in. I know it's very hard for people. Blackpool's, not well paid. It's not there's not a lot of money. People are struggling in Blackpool, and I understand that. And there's more to life than football, but for me, they're about right. I would have had them a little bit cheaper. I would have done some better discounts, I think, for students and kids than they have done. But I'm sure there'll be little special offers and stuff going along through the line. But no, they're about right for the Championship, aren't they? There's worse and there's a little bit better. I mean, I'd love it if we could all go in for free, but that doesn't work that way. Not if you want to see a team. And to be honest, it's always a great value season ticket if it's a great season and you see great football, and you never know what you're going to get. But if we play as good as we did last night, then you're going to get a lot of value out of that ticket, because it's just going to be amazing. Matthew Warren says, yeah. A last-minute winner by Shane Lavery against Preston in front of us in the away end would be amazing. Yeah, I actually think I don't even think we'll need a last-minute winner against Preston. I think we'll batter them. Michael Hayes says we're blessed to come from the Gold Coast. Yeah, we are. It's a lovely place to live. What is the price for a ticket to get in? I don't know what it is. It's 20 something, and we've got season tickets, so it's about 20 something. Michael X says the most expensive season ticket in the league is $649. Wow, that is quite expensive, isn't it? Bloody hell! Oh, that is expensive. Right. Yeah, Paul. Hi, Paul. You're back again. He's going for a 2-0 Blackpool win. Paul, by the way, is a Birmingham City vlogger. I don't know if you are you doing in this season, Paul? Are you back with being back at the football? Harry Mogg says that Bournemouth is the most expensive by a couple of £100 on average. Wow. Why is that then, Harry? Is that because you're affluent down in Bournemouth? Is it a wealthy place? Is there a reason why they charge so much for a season ticket? Doesn't seem fair. No, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with everything at the moment. I am. I'm happy with the signings they've made. I'm happy with the rumours of signings coming in. I'm happy with Neil Critchley. I'm worried. That's my only worry. It's my worry that somebody's going to come in and poach Critch. Harry Mogg says, no wonder we don't need a big ground. We just charge our supporters double. It's very wealthy, to be honest. Right. Okay. So if you can afford it, Blackpool isn't wealthy at all. We're not wealthy. Jake says, I got my season ticket for £99 in Block 8 North. So that will be is that an under 16s ticket, Jake, that one, or under 18s? Mike, who would I start? Hi, Mike. You all right? Who would I start on Saturday? Now you've seen a view of our players. Well, I'd definitely start with Bowler and Lavery. I'd start with those forwards. It's just whether you leave out Jerry Yates, isn't it, and bring him on later, because you've got to really start with those two players. You've got to start with Bowler and Lavery. It'll be unbelievable if you don't. I don't see why you wouldn't. Michael A says, am I doing an after-match report on the Blackpool games? Yeah, we're hoping to do something live. We'll have to see. It's not quite ready yet, as we wanted it. Under 16s, yeah, okay, that's a decent price, isn't it? Under 18s, yeah, that's a decent price. It's the same. Sebi's got the same deal. Eugene McGeever reckons that Shane Lavery will score a hat trick for Blackpool against Cardiff this Saturday. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Harry Morg is hoping that both. That would be good, wouldn't it? Blackpool and Bournemouth going up into the Premier League. That'd be great. Well, you got a chance, haven't you? You must be quite confident down in Bournemouth. So to be a hell of a thing if Blackpool got up. But if we could get in the playoffs, anything can happen. It's what we do. Right, there's more people joining. I'm about to go for my tea. Has anybody got any last questions for me? You can maybe watch this back on the rerun. We've been talking about last night. If you've just joined, we were there last night. Do you think Blackpool are going to, do well this season in the Championship? I think we're going to do really well. Matthew says Blackpool will beat Cardiff 5-0. Bet on that. Shane Lavery to score. It's 5-0, Matthew. No, I'm not seeing that. I'll be amazed with 3-0. I'd be amazed if we got 3-0. Cardiff are one of the favourites to go up. So just a win against Cardiff would be amazing. What am I having for tea? I don't know. I don't know what is for tea. Jane's in charge. So I don't know. She comes up with, I don't know. I've no idea. She'll just surprise me. I can't cook. I'll just microwave stuff for me. Right. I think that's it, folks. I think any last questions before I go? Other than what's for tea, because I don't know. Eugene McGeever thinks Blackpool will be going into the Premiership again next season. Well, we can dream, can't we? We can dream. We can dream. You never know. You never know. I certainly think we're going to be a surprise package this season. You know, a lot of clubs are not fearing us. They reckon we're going to be favourites for going down. I think they're in for a big surprise. Yes, I'm going to go and have some tea. Thanks, Kev. MD Parker, hi, MD. Great job. Go and enjoy your dinner. Yes, I'm going to be going off. Matthew Wander says, do you think we'll be going on Beezer this season? Yes, we will. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah, we definitely will. You're loving it. Cheers. Yeah, we're going to be doing. I was just saying before, if you just joined in before, and if you remember, if you came in the live streams, but we had like the settee behind there and everything. So, and I did all my editing, all my work in the back room. So now I've turned. We've put the couch and everything's going in the back room where we're going to have like another TV, another setup where we can sit and relax in there. And this is now sort of my studio behind. So it's dead easy now for me to just come from the studio to sit in front of the camera and talk. So I can do a lot more just turn around in my chair basically, and I'm here, which is really ace, isn't it? Or I can go, I can go right back. Back over here, and I can edit it there. So it's easy, isn't it? It makes life just super easy. So yeah, it's perfect for me to edit and make videos and do all my work on there, and then just come and talk to you guys whenever I need to talk about something. Like I needed to talk today. I needed to get last night off my chest. I was so angry about the getting in, but I was so elated about the game, and I just couldn't believe what I was watching last night. It was one of the best performances I've seen from Blackpool since probably the Premier League days. It was just incredible. Harry Morg cannot get Kenny Dougal's chant out of his head. No, it's it does stick in there. Although the Blackpool fans don't sing the chant that we sing, they sing the whoa, Super Kenny Dougal, the one that goes with September, never gives the ball away, but Jane says he sometimes gives the ball away. Anyway, I'm going to get off, folks. Thank you very much for sticking with me for what? 1 hour, 56 minutes of rambling on with Lee Charles. So if you've been here for the whole 1 hour, 56 minutes, then give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much for being with us. Thanks very much for coming in the comments. It makes it so easy if I've got something to talk to you about. See you on Saturday against Cardiff. We're going to be getting in the ground a little bit earlier. We'll be in the Armfield Club early doors, probably around about 12 till 1 o'clock. I'll be there, and then of course we'll be going in the ground nice and early to get in, so we're not locked, queuing outside. If you're inside, I'll be wandering around with my camera and stuff somewhere on the front of the ground somewhere. If you want to chat with me or get on the video, please come up and say hello, and no problem, I will get you on. Okay, so just don't be shy. Just come up and say hello to me, and I'll get you on the video. If you've got anything to say, halftime, whatever, I'm always looking for people, and looking forward to Cardiff. Come on, Blackpool. I will see you soon. I'm gonna go to see if I can find it. It's a long time since I've done this. Where's my exit? Yeah. Okay, folks. Thanks a lot for watching. See you soon. Bye. So it's got to have an Avengers ending. See you later. I can't wait. I'll see you all on Saturday at Cardiff. Thanks a lot. I'm going for my tea now. That's it. Bye. Bye.